So good evening, everybody. Welcome. My name's Leslie Yee. I'm the first Vice President for Canadian Council of the Blind, and I'm happy to be your MC for this evening. Welcome back to those of you who are here this morning. I hope you enjoyed our panelists and our speakers. I feel they did a fabulous job and had shared such wonderful stories and experiences with us. Thank you, yes. And to those of you joining us for this evening, thank you for coming. We're very happy to have you all here. We now have up at the stage Megan Lawrence to do a singing of O Canada. So please stand if you are able.
O Canada, our home, our native land, true patriot love in all of us command, qu'à ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Canadian Council of the Blind, National Board of Directors, and staff team, welcome to our annual Vision Month celebration. This year's theme being Together We Strive. We wish to welcome all of our vision partners, sponsors, and donors, and we are so proud that you were able to join us this evening. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Canadian Council of the Blind, we would like to thank the following sponsors. Without your help and support, we were able to host the 2025 Vision Health Month Conference, Together We Thrive, Breaking Barriers, Building Bridges. Our sponsors are AbbVie, AMI, Astellas, Bausch & Lomb, Bayer, Johnson & Johnson, Roche, Specsavers, and Engage. Thank you all. So we do have a few speakers ahead of us before dinner, and our first speaker coming up tonight is Francois Couillard, Chief Executive Officer for the Canadian Association of Optometrists and a member of the Canadian Council of the Blind, to talk about the National Eye Care Strategy. Francois?
I want to start by thanking the Canadian Council of the Blind. I will repeat myself by acknowledging the amazing work that the CCB is doing for hosting us, bringing us all together. So a big shootout. Round of applause. You've done an incredible job of bringing together people who care really deeply about vision care and rehabilitation, and it's really inspiring to see the community you've built and the impact you continue to make. So thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'd like to share updates on something that's been a real focus for many of us. It's been a focus for many of us for a long time. I say that because suddenly it's becoming the focus of a lot of more people now that we're building a strategy. Everybody's now interested. When we were promoting it, making sure it got through the House and through the Senate, there was a small group of us supporting it. But now everybody wants to be in. Everyone wants their voices heard. So let me give you an update. What's Bill C-284? Officially, it's called the National Strategy for Eye Care Act. And it was introduced by the Honorable MP Judy's Grow. And it has gone through several rounds of readings and debates and amendments before it finally got passed and received royal assent in November of last year. This bill is a big deal, so I don't want to overestimate it, but it is a big deal. It lays the groundwork for a national strategy focused on eye care and vision rehabilitation across Canada. The goal is to bring more coordination, more attention, more resources to eye health, something that's really long overdue. Now, the bill sets out 4 main objectives: training and guidance to better prevent and treat eye disease and support vision rehab. That doesn't mean they want to look into how optometry is being taught or how ophthalmology is being taught. It means they want to make sure that MDs across the countries, that other healthcare specialists, when they see something that looks like an eye issue, they know who to go to. They know to refer to an optometrist, to refer to an ophthalmologist. So that's what that means. So that's some form of communication education campaign. Second, it calls for stronger research and better data collection. And by research, it could be fundamental research for new drugs, devices, but it could also be just data. We need more information about who has appropriate care, who doesn't. Third, it encourages better sharing of information and knowledge between the federal and provincial governments. So finally, it seeks to speed up the approval process for new drugs and devices. So the companies in the room trying to introduce new drugs, this is good news. Use this to promote your own agenda. Here's where things get really exciting. Within 18 months from past November, the act of the act coming into force, a full report has to be tabled to the House of Parliament. That means that we're looking at about a year from now. They haven't started really because of the elections and they had to wait for a new health minister, but now I think things should get moving. And once the table is, once the report is tabled, then the bill also says that they have 5 years. The health minister has to report back within 5 years and say what worked, what didn't work, what did we accomplish. So there's a huge opportunity for the next year to influence the strategy, and then for 5 years after that to continue to put pressure on everybody involved. So what's happening right now? What are we working on? As I mentioned, Health Canada is gearing up to launch consultations with Canadians to help shape the strategy. They'll be reaching out in a variety of ways to people who are directly affected by vision loss, as well as care providers, researchers, industry. So it's a chance for all of us to have our voices heard. But we're not waiting. We're not waiting. We've been advised that maybe it'd be good if we didn't wait and develop our own recommendations and gently, and from the goodness of our heart, share it with government. So we'll do that. Some organizations have already supplied their own submissions, but our coalition, which includes the Canadian Council of the Blind, the CNIB, the Opticians of Canada, I named them today, the Canadian Association of Optometrists, the Canadian Ophthalmological Society, Diabetes Canada, and Vision Loss Rehab Canada, is working together to develop a comprehensive set of recommendations for Health Canada. So we're aiming to release those sometime early fall, maybe September. And I just learned today that we're going to have a meeting like this of our coalition on 23rd of August. Is that the date? I think it's 13th. It was off by 10 days. It's okay. No holidays planned in August. The coalition has been instrumental from the start. I mentioned that earlier in my comments. So we worked very closely with MP Judy Sgro to help move the bill through Parliament. And we did that quickly and effectively. And now we're continuing that collaboration to make sure the strategy is as strong and inclusive as can be. It's also worth noting that industry partners are getting involved too. When I mentioned the interest, the industry is really interested right now. So there's a buzz building around this strategy, and that's exactly what we need. The more momentum we can generate, the more likely we are to see real and lasting changes. So let me wrap up by saying that Bill C-284 represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity. It's our chance to get the attention of both the federal and provincial governments and to make vision care and rehabilitation a true national priority. Thanks to the progress of this bill and the incredible teamwork of our coalition, we're well on our way. We're committed to keeping up the advocacy and ensuring that the strategy and its implementation truly reflect the needs of Canadians, especially those in vulnerable communities who often face the greatest barriers to care. So thank you again for your time and for everything you do to support this important work. Let's keep up the momentum going. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Dr. Franz Corriveau from Vision Therapy Canada. Welcome.
I'm very excited to be included and get to talk to you a little bit about my passion, which is vision therapy. So just a quick word on what is Vision Therapy Canada, who we are, what do we do. Vision Therapy Canada is an association of optometrists and vision therapy who share a common goal. It started with 7 optometrists. Now we have 330 members across Canada. And we just had our annual meeting last weekend in Calgary. So our main focus is, as I said, making sure optometrists, vision therapists, allied professionals, and the public have access to those services. What is vision therapy? Vision therapy is meant to improve and strengthen visual skills. So it can be for a child whose visual system, or an adult whose visual system didn't reach full potential, will help them reach their full potential. It can also be after a concussion, a brain injury, a stroke, trying to rehabilitate the visual skills that were lost. It's also taking the visual system of the person, of the patient that comes to see us, and trying to improve it and make it stronger and help them understand it better and understand how to use it better. So although it's most of our patients have good visual skills, we also have patients who have very poor visual skills, and so we try to accompany them where they are and try to see how far can we get them, how much more freedom, how much more comfort we can give them with their vision. And so it's through a series of lenses, prism, tints, but also carefully thought and executed exercise program that we try to help them reach their full potential. And so I'm really excited that I got a chance to talk to you about it today. Another mission of Vision Therapy Canada is ensuring education. So if you are an optometrist or you know optometrists who might be interested in this, we try to put together a lot of education throughout the year, whether it's webinar, in-persons, and bring speakers from all around the world to talk about what they do and how we can help patients improve their vision and hopefully improve their quality of life. So I hope to get to talk to some of you, hopefully all of you, but I know it's impossible this evening. And thank you again so much for inviting me.
We have Karen McGee from AMI. And Karen, if you'd like to come on up, welcome to the stage.
When I started working at AMI nearly 13 years ago, I can't believe it's been that long, it's been wonderful. The channel primarily rebroadcast shows like like All in the Family and Matlock, and I'm talking about the old Matlock, not the new one with Kathy Bates, which is wonderful if you haven't seen it yet. It's programming that was never really made accessible for people before. We aired it with open captions, and then we gave the captioning back to the original broadcasters. So now, because of us, CBS has All in the Family and Matlock with description. Our original content was produced by local bureaus across the country. I know a lot of you were featured in a lot of the segments that we produced, but it was limited then, and usually only aired during commercial breaks and Presto commercials, and that was 13 years ago. A lot has changed. As described video has become more common, AMI has evolved to focus on content created specifically by and for people in the disability community. Today, AMI TV produces around 90 hours of original programming each year, created with and for more than 8 million Canadians living with disabilities. In fact, 95% of our content is original, and it is produced right here in Canada. It's something that is very important to us. We prioritize, even Canadian production companies stay within Canada as much as possible while they're shooting. And that's been for years, that's how we've wanted to do it. IDV is built into every stage of production. From pre-production to post, it is foremost on the producers' minds. This ensures that important visual information is incorporated into the storytelling itself, making the experience seamless for blind and partially sighted audiences. IDV is rooted in the principles of universal design, an approach that ensures no one is excluded because their needs weren't considered from the outset. While traditional post-production DV is very helpful and is wonderful, it doesn't often provide the same inclusive viewing experience, especially in mixed audiences. With IDV, everyone, regardless of ability, can enjoy content together in a shared, equitable way. Here are a few of the recent shows that exemplify this approach, and a couple of them we're pretty proud of. The Squeaky Wheel is a sketch comedy series based on the satirical website of the same name, written by people with disabilities making fun of ableism. It's actually quite funny, and sometimes when I look at it and go, oh, I can't laugh at that, and then I do because it's very funny and very pointed. It's very good. Have a chance, The Squeaky Wheel. It's a wonderful website. So this show delivers biting commentary on the ableism that people with disabilities face daily, all in a half-hour news parody format. What makes The Squeaky Wheel truly stand out is its inclusive production model. 100% of the creative team, writers, cast, directors, producers, 41 people in total, identified as disabled. All narratives were overseen and approved by people with disabilities. And this summer, we will be launching Pretty Blind, based on the life of Jenny Bovard, host of one of AMI's podcasts, Low Vision Moments. This series offers a humorous and heartfelt look at Jenny's life with albinism and low vision, navigating everything from work and relationships to accidentally waving at mailboxes. I watched the clip from that show. It's really funny the way they did it. The show was produced by Jenny herself in collaboration with Jonathan Torrance, who some of you might know from the Trailer Park Boys, Letterkenny, and his show years ago, John O'Vision. He worked with Jenny and other blind writers and helped tell their stories. So it's coming from the blind and low vision community, and it's a really sweet show. We've actually already greenlit it for season 2 without it even airing. On the audio side, we're excited to debut a new podcast this fall, Disability Rights and Wrongs, the LaPodcast with David Lepofsky. Returning favorites are going to include the AMI audiobook review with Jacob Szymanski, your go-to for curated audiobook recommendations and reviews, and Parasport Nation with Alex Smythe, which highlights upcoming parasport events explaining how parasports are played, and features individuals and interviews athletes with coaches and trainers. And that's just beginning. There's much more coming that fall, some of it featuring our own Kelly McDonald, who I'm not allowed to talk about yet. While AMI is available on basic cable and satellite, we know that many people are cutting the cord. That's the reality of the life that we live in now. And that's why our content is also available for free on amiplus.ca. And plus is spelled out P-L-U-S. And on our YouTube channel. So you don't need cable or satellite to see it anymore. We're putting our stuff there. It's accessible for everybody living in Canada. So please take a moment to explore these platforms and share them with your communities and talk about the content and leave comments and feedback, because we're always looking for feedback. Thank you very much.
So initially, it gives me great honor every year to give out the Person of the Year and the President's Award. And so it's a funny story this year, because the Person of the Year has actually been with us for a long time. But it's a person that I can go to anytime that I need some advice. So to make a long story short, there's a couple of things that have happened with our board this year. We have a new board. We got the National Eye Care Strategy. So who do I call and say, who do we want to put on this, or what board member do we want to put on? I call Louise. So Louise Gillis is going to be receiving the President's Award because she's not only instrumental in helping me in support with the board, she's taught me a lot. She's been a great mentor. And Louise is also was involved with the curling bonspiel this year, resurrected it from the ashes from before COVID, and also is instrumental in having the Nova Scotia Accessibility Act passed. So thanks to Louise. Louise, please come up.
Thanks, Jim, and thanks to everyone here. It's much appreciated, but there's lots of persons of the years out and around here, so I appreciate me getting it, but I know there's lots of people who are... Just a second, I got a dog pulling me here. There's lots of people out there that well deserve it as well and should be getting it, but I'm quite pleased and was very surprised when I got the phone call about this. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Board member, president, curler, and a leader for the organization and direction, both with the board and everybody else in the government and the pharma and our partners. Her medical background has just served us all well. And we really thank and appreciate her hard work. And it's just been wonderful. For Louise.
Thanks, Jim. Congratulations, Louise. So the next award is the President's Award. So it usually goes to a longtime person who's contributed to the betterment of the organization. Since I've joined the organization, one of the first people I met was a gentleman who was involved in a theater group in Toronto. It was called the Glenville Players. And I was introduced to this guy, and I was new on the board, and really kind of wondering, is this what am I getting into? Because the person that's getting the award is also not only a great mentor, he's a great comedian, and he speaks well, but he speaks highly of the organization, but always with a sense of humor. So he taught me that you got to have a sense of humor with a disability, and I've never ever forgot that. And he's also very synonymous to everyone with AMI. So please welcome Kelly McDonald.
So what happened was the following. called Jim Tokus. find Jim Tokus. Keep trying to find Jim Tokus. Hey, Jim, it's Kelly. Uh-huh. President's Award. Wow. Jim, I know, I'll have more to say on the night of. Trust me. Yeah, I just absolutely okay, I'll talk to you on the night of. Thanks, Jim. That's a little bit the way the conversation went when Jim called me a few weeks back, and said, we want to have you give you the President of the Year award. I said, wow, the President's Award. Wow, and I really didn't have anything to say because I think that's where people actually do work, contribute to the group and to the organization on national, local, whatever level. I've heard of people getting it. And then I had to think, you told the guy you'd have something to say. What are you going to say? Last year you did a keynote speech. Do you actually have something to say? Well, obviously, right off the top, thanks to everybody involved in CCB that made this possible. I really appreciate it. I have lived a life of CCB so much that I don't even think I realize how entrenched in my life CCB has been, and how today I listened to different conversations when we were all gathered, and one of the things that dawned on me is the best way to get people involved is to lead by the example. You know, it's kind of that trick because there's so many people out there who have vision loss, and they're not ready. They're still looking over there. Well, for those people that are blind or those who are losing their eyesight, I'm not there yet, so these services probably aren't for me. Oh yeah, okay. Because we can sit here all we want, try to help them, try to tell them what might be there, but at any time it's a matter of just show them. Show them so a person says, so will you guys do that? Well, yeah, you want to hang out with us sometime? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll come and help out. Yeah, you come and help out. Whatever it takes to make someone feel comfortable on their journey, especially at the beginning, because we don't know what's best for them. We don't know them maybe, but what we want to do is support them. And I think that's, for me, what has helped with CCB. I've been blind all my life, but I can tell you, when I left the blind school, I stayed pretty clear away from the blind community. I had been at the school. I was tired of running around with the blind people. I wanted to get into my life and feel accepted, but more so just calm myself of what I was going to be doing with my life. And it took a CCB member to say to me, hey, you ever think about going to the reunion at the blind school? Oh, I'm too busy for that. Doing what? Well, and it took this guy pestering me a little, not too much, to make me realize some of the things that I'm concerned about almost 10 years after more than 10 years after leaving the school. Why would I worry about that? I went and have gone ever since. But again, I come back to, as I said last year, CCB subtly working its way. I listened to today, we talk about all the things that CCB does, all the things that Louise and everybody is involved in currently, and just all the magical stuff that we just do, advocacy. Naturally, there's something for everyone. But again, just subtly there and reliable. And that's the way I have found it. I've done the theater troupe, and the theater troupes have been great to do. Glenville, I ran that, and Out of Sight Productions at the same time. Glenville, we made it a CCB chapter because they fit the mold to help us get people involved, have them covered with insurance. So I loved it. I loved working with people who would say to me, oh, I don't need paratransit through CCB they'd be involved with, my other theater troupe out in London. And I'd say, oh, sure you do. And they'd say, well, what makes you think I need it? And I knew they were struggling with their journey of acceptance. I said, oh, I know you need paratransit. Why? By how fast you run to get in people's cars when they offer you a ride. It was just some of those little things that I heard myself saying, maybe even a little preachy, to people. And, you know, I think it helped. I know it helped because they're riding paratransit more than I do. But really it comes down to, I think we all do so much. So I'm certainly up here accepting this award knowing there are so many of you out there who deserve this in this room, and people who do so much every day because that's all you know to do. It's natural. So I thank CCB I thank all of you for being here today. When I received this, and going forward as I get older, it just seems that much more valuable to work together with other organizations, other disabilities. Really important, because we're coming at you. Everybody is, and we're getting somewhere, whether it's through technology, that help, advocacy, or just being friends. Thank you very much.
These are awards and people recognizing what they've done to help others, and we're really appreciative of all the things he's done and working with AMI and another partner of ours. And it's all going to make the lives of people with vision loss better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to both Kelly and Louise. What we'll do is enjoy some dessert, coffee, tea. Please do a little more networking, and at 8 o'clock, I will come back and have some closing remarks. So enjoy your dessert. I hope everybody had a chance to do some networking. That was one of the things that was really important to us today, was to make sure people had enough opportunity and enough time to talk to one another, exchange those cards, and just get to know a little bit more about the community. I have a few words to say in closing, but I just wanted to say that you do not need to run away afterwards. Please stay, continue chatting, continue networking, and just enjoy some coffee or some tea. So this morning, and again this evening, we heard from our vision loss partners and people living with vision loss. We know how, and we understand how vision loss affects our lives and the village that we all need around us. We heard from wonderful speakers in this morning and this evening, and Francois gave us a wonderful outline of Bill C-284 and all of its exciting possibilities. Now, I would like to speak to the vision loss community. People with vision loss and the people that help us, ones that help us in our caregivers of vision loss. In my opinion, and that of CCB, it has the potential and power to transform lives. This legislation isn't just about policies or programs. It's about people, about you, your independence, and your future. So just imagine a Canada where every individual with vision loss has equal access to the tools and training necessary for them to thrive. Where assistive technologies such as smartphones, screen readers, braille displays, and navigation apps are accessible and affordable for everyone. Where early detection and rehabilitation services are available in all areas of our country, from urban centers to remote Indigenous communities. This is Bill C-284, and it has a vision that acknowledges your right to participate fully in society, whether in education, employment, or daily life. The bill offers opportunities such as access to assistive technology, by proposing a national assistive device program to subsidize the cost of technology such as smartphones equipped with AI-powered apps. No one should have to choose between paying rent and buying the tools necessary to stay connected. Imagine rehabilitation for all. Whether you're born with vision loss or experience it later in life, the bill prioritizes rehabilitation and habilitation. Breaking down employment barriers. Did you know that only 38% of working-age Canadians with vision loss are employed? This bill advocates for workplace accommodations such as accessible software and flexible working arrangements. And finally, preventing vision loss. Prevention is the crucial aspect of safeguarding vision. Early detection and treatment can prevent many instances of blindness, and significant vision loss can be reduced or avoided through timely intervention. By prioritizing prevention, we can increase the number of Canadians who are experiencing vision loss. But here's the truth. Laws only hold power if we demand their proper implementation. Over the next year, as this bill progresses, we need your voices to share stories about the barriers you've faced. We need to advocate for strong funding so these programs don't just exist on paper, and let us hold policymakers accountable to ensure no one is left behind. The National Eye Care Strategy has the potential to be more than just legislation. It's a promise that the blind and low vision community in Canada will receive the tools, opportunities, and respect they deserve. However, promises only become a reality when we work together. Let's ensure this bill doesn't just pass. Let's ensure it's a priority, it's appropriately funded, and delivers. At CCB, we believe in your independence, dignity, and future, and I believe that all of our partners here today believe that too. So, on that note, I wish everyone a good night, and thank you all for attending the CCB Vision Health Month 2025 conference. Together we thrive, breaking barriers, building bridges. Good night, everyone.